Hey everyone, how's it going? Azrin here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's Learn Gujarati with Me podcast episode and YouTube video. We're going to start something new today. For the past couple of weeks, we've been doing a lot of vocabulary practice, and today we're going to change gears and do some more grammar practice. By the way, let me share my screen. I organize my YouTube channel into playlists. I can't do this on the podcast, so I can't do it there. On Spotify, it doesn't work, but on YouTube, I organize this all into playlists. So we have a vocabulary playlist to like learn new words. We have a listening practice playlist to practice your listening. We have one playlist with all the lessons in order, so every single lesson in order. There's a grammar playlist, and there's also a Gujarati script and pronunciation playlist. Today, the grammar point that we're going to practice is the simple past tense. I do have an in-depth, if we click here, if we scroll way down to the bottom, I do have a in-depth lesson on the simple past tense right here. It's 1 hour long. So I do have an in-depth lesson on the simple past tense. I would recommend that you review that or watch that first, because this is where I go through a lot of the theory behind the simple past tense. Today, we're not going to do a lot of theory practice. We're not going to do a lot of theory. We're just going to do a whole bunch of practice. So first things first, I'm going to put this on the screen, pause this video, and try to translate these sentences from English to Gujarati. Just do your best. If you don't know some of the words, that's okay. If it's really rough, that's okay. Just do your best. If you're completely like, you have no idea how to say one of the sentences, by all means, just skip it. Again, do your best. So pause the video and try doing these sentences. Okay, and you're back. There's a couple more at the bottom here. Let's scroll down. Here they are. So pause the video, finish these last few sentences. Okay, now let's look at the answers and let's really break down what's going on, how these sentences work, what the structure is, so on and so forth. So first one here is I ate an apple. So मैं सफरजन खाधू. You'll notice for all of these, there's a pattern. They all start with me. मैं सफरजन खाधू, मैं फिल्म જોઈ, मैं भेट આપી, मैं ગઈકાલે કામ કર્યું, मैं અવાજ સાંભળ્યો, मैं podcast સાંભળ્યું, मैं ગીત ગાયું, मैं. They all start with me, me, me. You'll notice as well that all of these, as the second word, they have a noun. So in English, we have I ate an apple. An apple, that's a noun. That goes at the end. In Gujarati, the standard quote unquote word order puts the noun in the middle. So it's I, me, apple, safarjan, kadu, ate. I, apple, ate. Me, safarjan, kadu. The verb ate goes at the end. So ate, I ate an apple. In Gujarati, it's I, apple, ate. Let's look at the next one here. I saw a movie. So me, film, joy. I, movie, saw. Now I want to point out this final letter, joy, kadhu. In Gujarati, this is where it gets really, really a little bit difficult, but not impossible. You can do it. The last letter of the verb changes based on the gender of the noun. I'll say that one more time, nice and slow. The last letter of the verb changes based on the gender of the noun. The last letter of the verb changes based on the gender of the noun. So apple is a neuter noun. It doesn't have a gender. It's not masculine, it's not feminine, it's just neuter. It's in between. It's a nothing, it's a third gender. When we have a third gender in Gujarati, usually, actually, it ends in u. Usually it's you. A couple of verbs will be u, just a u by itself. Most of the time, it's a yu. We can even look at one example like that. If we look over here, let's do this one. मैं podcast सांभळ्યું. You'll notice there's a u at the end. Why? because podcast is neuter. If we look at this one here, मैं काम करियो, I worked, or more specifically, I did the work. मैं गई काले. मैं गई काले काम करियो, I worked yesterday. Again, why is it kariyu? Because kam is neuter, is a neuter gender. Let's do another one. If we look at this one here, I sang a song, मैं गीत गायू. Why is it gayu? Because geet is neuter, is a neuter gender. We can do another one. मैं पानी पीधू. Why is it u at the end? Because pani is a neuter gender, pidhu. Now notice it's not pidhu. Again, pidhu is a bit of an irregular verb. It doesn't follow all the rules. It's a little bit different. Good news is in Gujarati, there's very few of them. Almost always it is u at the end. Sometimes, like in pidhu or kadhu, it is just a u. We can do another one. Let's do I clean the house. मैं घर साफ करियो. Why? Why is it saf kariyu? Because we have again, saf is neuter. It's a neuter noun. You did the cleaning. Cleaning in Gujarati or clean is a neuter. It's neuter, right? Yeah, anyway. Let's see here. TV joyu. Me TV joyu. Why? TV is a neuter noun. So again, it's a really, really straightforward concept. Anyone? Oh yeah, actually. Oh, sorry. I want to go back to this one. Sorry. Meg ghar saaf kariyu. We should go back to this. Kariyu is I said that really silly. It's kariyu because ghar is neuter, not saf. Saf is an adjective. I'm being really silly. Meg ghar saaf kariyu. Why? Because ghar is a neuter. It's a neuter noun. There's no gender for the word house. Saf has nothing to do with it. So it's you did the clean. Clean is an adjective. It's not a noun. So we've one last one over here that's neuter. मैं चित्र दोर्यू. Why? Because chitra is a neuter noun. Chitra is a picture, so that's why it's neuter. So that's why that works. It's मैं chitra दोर्यू. What if it's masculine? What if we have a masculine noun? Let's look at a couple of masculine ones. We have one over here, right here. मैं आवाज सांभळ्यो. मैं आवाज सांभळ्यो. Why? Because avaj is a masculine noun. It's masculine. Now, roughly speaking, it's really difficult often to know in Gujarati if a noun is masculine, feminine, or neuter. You're not always going to know. So often you can just guess, and that's totally fine. With time, you will get to know what they are. But in the beginning, you'll have to guess, especially if you're a really, really, really beginner. And actually, it's totally fine. If you make any small mistakes with noun genders, it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's totally fine. If we close the door, मैं दरवाजो बंद करियो. Darvajo is a door. It is masculine. One way to know that nouns are masculine is that they end in o. They sometimes end in o. So मैं darvajo, band is closed as an adjective. Kariyo with an o. Why? Because darvajo is masculine. If we look at this, I ate rice. मैं भात खाधो. Why? Again, sometimes it's just going to have an o, not yo. Like kariyo has a y. Khadho doesn't. But again, we still have that o at the end because bhat is masculine. मैं darvajo खोलियो. Why is it yo? Because darvajo is masculine. Any other masculine ones here? Yep, right here. मैं कागड़ लखयो. Why? Because कागड़ is masculine. So we have लख्यो in the past tense. Okay, now what if it is, let's scroll back up here. What if it is feminine? If it's feminine, we have one here, for example, मैं भेंट आपी. It ends in an I, right? So api, or even movie, मैं फिल्म joy ends in an I. मैं गाड़ी धोई. Why? Because gadi is feminine, so dhoi ends in an I. Here's another one here. Chopri is feminine. मैं chopri vanchi. Why? Chopri is feminine, so vanchi ends in an I. I made tea. Tea is feminine in Gujarati. Me cha banavi. Cha is feminine, so banavi has to end in an I. Any other feminine ones here? Nope, we don't have them. Last one is plural. What if it's plural, right? So like I washed clothes in the plural. Now, if it's feminine and plural, it doesn't change. So, for example, if you read multiple books, like I read two books, it is still vanchi, doesn't matter. But if it's masculine or neuter, it does change. So, kapra, for example, me kapra dhoya. It ends in a ya, me kapra dhoya. Kapra is plural, it is not feminine, so kapra dhoya. If I brush my teeth, me dant saf karya. Karya again, because dant is going to be plural. I bought fruits. Me far ha ri yeah. Why? Because far is in the plural again. I bought fruits in the plural. Okay. So as a summary, we have typically you for the neuter, you, sometimes u. We have yo if the noun is masculine, sometimes just an o, not yo, but o, like in kadho, for example. We have e for the feminine, and we have ya for the plural. Ya for plural. And again, ya is plural only for masculine and neuter, not for feminine. Let's do some more practice. Okay, so we did these. These are all with I. So those are all me. What if we have these exact same sentences, but we do them with you? You ate an apple. You saw a movie. You gave a gift. Give those a try. Pause this video here. Try and do those yourself. Let's scroll down. There's a couple more at the bottom. Try these on your own. Okay, let's look at the answers. Let's see how you did. So in the you form, informal you, they're all going to be te. So te safarjan kadu. You ate an apple, informal. Te film joy. You saw a movie, informal. Te bhet api. You gave a gift. Te gaikale kam karyu. You worked yesterday. Te avaj sambharyo. Sambharyo. You heard a noise. Te podcast sambharyu. You listened to a podcast. Te geet gayu. You sang a song. Te darvajo band karyo. You closed the door. Te gari dhoi. You washed a car. Te pani pidhu. You drank water. Te bhat khadho. You ate rice. Te chopri vanchi. You read a book. Te darvajo kholyo. You opened the door. Te cha banavi. Oops. Te cha banavi. You made tea. Te kapra dhoya. You washed clothes. Te ghar saf karyu. You cleaned the house. Te TV joyu. You watch TV. Te dant saf karya. You brushed your teeth or you cleaned your teeth. Te far kharid ya. You bought fruits. Te chitra doryu. You drew a picture. Te kagar lak yo. So what you'll notice is the only difference, as you're noticing a pattern here, in the past tense in Gujarati, all that changes is the subject. Look, like if we look at these, te safarjan khadu, you ate an apple. Me safarjan khadu, I ate an apple. So the only thing that changes is that first word, me, te, tame, right? So if we scroll down here, we look at, in fact, I'm just going to save myself some time here. Let's copy. Oh, that's actually not going to take me time. That's okay. If we scroll down here, if you look at he and she, right, what's going to change is the first word is going to be ane. So safarjan kadu is just ane this, ane. So try these. Feel free to pause, by the way, pause the video. Try and do these on your own. I'll scroll down to see the rest. Try and do those on your own right now, and then we'll look at the answer key. You'll notice it's pretty straightforward. So for eat an apple, safarjan kadu is the same. Just ane safarjan kadu, ane film joy, ane bhetapi, ane gaikale kaam karyu, ane. So ane is what happens for he and she. It's always ane. What if it's, let's go down here. What if it's for we? We ate an apple. We saw a movie. We gave a gift. Feel free to try those on your own. You're going to get really good at all these words, like apples and movies and gifts. You're going to get really good at those words. So that's going to be good for you. Okay, let's look at here. Amen apne. Ame safarjan khadu. Ame film joy. Ame bhetapi. Ame gaikale kaam karyu. Ame અવાજ સાંભળ્યો અમે or આપણે અવાજ સાંભળ્યો આપણે પોડકાસ્ટ સાંભળ્યો આપણે ગીત ગાયું આપણે દરવાજો બંધ કર્યો આપણે ગાડી ધોઈ so on and so forth. Everything else stays the same. It's the same. If it's they, or sorry, not they, we have the you in the formal, so formal you. So feel free to try those on your own. Pause the video, give these a try. Okay. Again, very easy. તમે સફરજન ખાધું, તમે ફિલ્મ જોઈ, તમે ભેટ આપી, તમે ગઈકાલે કામ કર્યું, તમે, everything's તમે. The rest of the sentence stays exactly the same. We can try one last one with they. Try these here. Pause the video, give it a try. Okay, and again, the answer key is very easy. એલોકોએ સફરજન ખાધું, એલોકોએ ફિલ્મ જોઈ, એલોકોએ ભેટ આપી, એલોકોએ ગઈકાલે કામ કર્યું, એલોકોએ અવાજ સાંભળ્યો, એલોકોએ. You could also say Teo if you want. Teoએ સફરજન ખાધું, તેઓએ ફિલ્મ જોઈ, તેઓએ ભેટ આપી, તેઓએ. But Teo is the written language. Eloko is more spoken. By the way, same with he and she. With if we go back here, we had ene. You could have tene safarjan khadu, tene film joy, tene bhetapi. Tene is also perfectly acceptable. But that's again more written language. So I hope that gives you a good practice and a good clarity on how this past tense works. I do want to do one final thing completely unrelated. I want to teach you a couple of new words, high frequency words. We've been doing a lot of vocabulary videos the past little bit. And so today we're just going to do a couple more, just a couple of random high frequency words. We have the word for ghost, which is bhoot. So mane bhoot no dar lage che. I am afraid of ghosts. Mane bhoot no dar lage che. Anything no dar lage che, something no dar lage che means you are afraid of that thing. A ghar ma bhoot che, there is a ghost in this house. Or a haunted house, if you want, is a bhootyu. You still have bhoot in there, bhootyu ghar, like a ghosted house, something like that. To hire someone is kaam par rakhvu. You keep someone on work. So you keep someone on work. Kaam par rakhvu. Chha majuro ne kaam par rakhe che. They're hiring 6 laborers. Majur is a laborer. Majuro is laborers. So you're keeping 6 on you're keeping 6 on the staff, something like that. Contractor barna loko ne kaam par rakhe che. The contractor is hiring outside people. Maybe not internal hiring, but external hiring. Hu tamne kaam par rakhu chu. I am hiring you. You'll notice that there's always a ne. Tamne, loko ne, majuro ne. Hu tamne kaam par rakhu chu. હું મજૂરોને કામ પર રાખું છું. હું લોકોને કામ પર રાખું છું. It's always a ne at the end. Now, if you are hired, you are now an employee. You are a કર્મચારી. હું અહીં કર્મચારી છું. I am an employee here. कॉन्ट्रैक्टरे 5 कर्मचारियों ने काम पर रखा. The contractor hired in the past tense 5 employees. Last one we'll do today is the word for owner. Owner is malik. So ghar na malik, a homeowner. You always have a na, by the way. Ghar na malik. Company na malik, a company owner. Hotel na malik, a hotel owner. It's always something na malik. Now, as a reminder, I do have this. If you do want to just email me, I do have this entire, this entire word list, obviously, 54 pages, this entire word list, as well as a worksheet for like drills in case you want to drill this by yourself at home and practice. I have all these available in case you want them. Just email me. There's a link in the episode description box to my website. On the website, there's a contact page. Just email me on the contact page. And if I get a bunch of people, if I'm flooded with emails about this worksheet for vocabulary, I'll probably make like a website or something where you can just like, I don't know, go download it or purchase it for $5 or something like that. But for now, just email me and if you want anything, and happy to send stuff over. So cool. That's that. Thanks for watching today's lesson. See you in the next one. Outro. Bye.